Picture this. You finally gave her what she said she wanted. Your time, your loyalty, your heart. You stopped talking to other women. You showed up. You listened. You cared. And at first, she smiled. She said, This is all I ever wanted. But then, something changed. The warmth faded, the tone shifted, and suddenly the woman who once melted at your touch seemed colder, more distant, more testing. You start to wonder, what did I do wrong? You replay every word, every text, every pause. You convince yourself that maybe if you try harder, love her more, explain better, she'll come back. But she doesn't. Because, my friend, what you thought was love was actually evaluation. You were never rejected. You were measured. Every woman, consciously or not, tests the emotional center of a man, not to destroy him, but to see if he's real. And most men fail not because they're bad, but because they confuse being loving with being unshakable. Let's go back thousands of years, before phones, before dating apps, before situationships. Back then, a woman's survival depended entirely on her ability to sense one thing: stability. If a man's emotions cracked under stress, her life and her children's lives were at risk. So, over generations, her biology evolved to test, not consciously, not maliciously, but instinctively. Her limbic system, the emotional brain, became trained to detect inconsistency. The smallest hesitation, tone change, or insecurity signals danger. And that ancient wiring still exists today. When she pulls away, questions your worth, or stirs conflict, it's not always manipulation. It's her DNA searching for certainty, for proof that the man standing before her won't collapse when life does. It's a biological imperative. The modern man calls it drama, but nature calls it selection. What feels like chaos today was once survival. Here's how it works. The emotional test begins as a spark, a moment of uncertainty. She'll say something slightly off, withdraw affection, or question your priorities. Your brain releases dopamine and cortisol, confusion mixed with stress, pushing you to seek reassurance. If you react, chase, explain, over-validate, your body tells her brain, this man is emotionally unstable. If you stay calm, composed, unmoved, her limbic system relaxes. See the paradox? She doesn't want control. She wants proof that you can't be controlled. Her subconscious creates friction to test your frame, your ability to remain rooted under emotional turbulence. It's the same neurological loop that once protected her tribe, now played out in text messages and passive aggression. You think she's being cold. In reality, her nervous system is searching for emotional gravity. And brother, if you don't have it, she will pull away, even if she loves you. Let's make this real. Example 1, she starts an argument out of nowhere, maybe about something small. A word, a delay, a tone. She's not looking for answers. She's scanning your emotional state. Do you stay grounded, or do you defend, accuse, explain? Example 2, she suddenly pulls away, goes quiet for hours or days. You feel panic rise. You want to fix it. But the test isn't about fixing. It's about holding frame in silence. Example 3, she compares you to other men, an ex, a friend, a coworker. It stings, but beneath that sting is a probe. Do you still know your value when challenged? Example 4, after intimacy, she withdraws emotionally. Distant, unreadable. She's watching if your mood depends on her validation. Example 5, she mocks your ambition or belittles your effort, not to wound, but to feel if you bend or stay unshaken in your direction. These aren't conscious games. They're echoes of a survival algorithm, ancient code running in modern relationships. When you understand that, you stop personalizing the test. You start observing it. Now, here's where it gets dangerous. The world we live in doesn't just allow emotional testing, it amplifies it. Social media rewards emotional volatility. Feminism told women to never settle. Culture glorified the chase, not the peace. Validation became currency, and love became a market. Every swipe, every like, every comparison creates hyperstimulation, teaching women that there's always better, and teaching men that emotional composure doesn't matter if you're not entertaining. It's a psychological war zone where both sides are confused. Men interpret tests as disrespect. Women interpret boundaries as coldness. And the polarity, the ancient dance between masculine and feminine, collapses. The system profits from the chaos. It keeps you distracted, reactive, dependent, The world taught her to test, but never to trust. Here's how it ends. After months, maybe years, of emotional testing, something breaks. You become drained. She becomes distant. You stop trying to prove. She stops feeling safe. The connection becomes transactional. You talk, but don't communicate. You touch, but don't connect. Both of you feel it. The emotional gravity is gone because a relationship built on constant evaluation can't sustain intimacy. Every test that goes unanswered creates resentment. Every chase for approval creates weakness. Until one day, someone finally says, "I can't do this anymore." And it's not that love disappeared, it's that peace did. When every moment becomes a test, no one passes. Here's the truth no one wants to hear. You can't win a woman's emotional tests. You transcend them. The test only exists when your sense of value depends on her reaction. When you stop chasing reassurance, the test dissolves. Most men fail not because they're weak, but because they're uncertain. They look for validation instead of embodying certainty. Her peace is not found in your words, your promises, or your affection. It's found in your presence. That quiet, unshakable energy that says, "I know who I am, and I will not lose myself for connection." She can only trust you when you trust yourself. She can only relax when your emotions remain unmoved by her storms. That's the bitter truth. Her emotional tests were never about control. They were about safety. So, how do you pass without playing? You don't react, you respond. You don't chase, you lead. You don't control, you direct. When she tests, breathe. When she withdraws, hold your ground. When she doubts, stay calm in your purpose. This is emotional sovereignty, the art of being grounded in chaos. Your frame must be stronger than her storm. Your silence more commanding than her provocation. Your mission louder than her moods. Because when you stop proving, you start leading. And when you start leading, she stops testing because she finally feels safe. Remember this, brother. Emotional tests aren't the enemy. They're the mirror. They reveal whether you're guided by ego or anchored in essence. So the next time she tests your calm, your patience, your certainty, don't flinch. Smile. Because that's not rejection. That's biology. Asking a question. Are you safe enough to trust? Answer not with words, but with presence.